It was 2 days after my 18th birthday, my mom was working overtime. She was a Baton Rouge City police officer. She was only making like $36,000 a year, and she had to work extra jobs, security. And I had a conversation, and I mentioned this before. I had a conversation with her like at 8:30, 9 o'clock. It's the routine call. Hey, is everybody in bed? That's like, everybody ate, everybody did their homework, everybody's getting in bed. And I was in my mom's bed waiting on her. I said, I'm in your bed. I'm waiting on you to get home. Hang up. You know, a couple hours later, get a phone call saying my mom had been shot. So life-changing. And it changed me forever. But I just think through those years, she was really preparing me for something like that happen. And, you know, how do you respond over the years? You know, I didn't have time to mourn, to cry, because I had to be strong for my other brothers and sisters. And just over the course of time, you know, I ended up saying, okay, I go to Florida State trying to raise your brothers and sisters, you know, 3.5, 4, 5.5 hours away. And my life changed because in Tampa, I went out, I didn't smile, I didn't laugh, I wasn't out having a great time, but my brothers and sisters were there too, the youngest three. But when I came to Atlanta and I heard Sean Jefferson, who was a receiver at the time, talk about a guy going to counseling to play football, I was just like in the locker room, going to counseling to play football? I can do this in my sleep. And later on that night, I talked to a friend who helped me find a counselor. So I found someone, and you know, of course, I was ashamed. I didn't tell anybody. I went to the back door. I did, you know, all those things, and you know, went in, and you know, didn't realize that I was just coasting through life. I was depressed, you know, just all those things, and I was ashamed to tell people that I was going to counseling. So it just took a couple of years before I actually shared that, but I just started to get to a different place in my life, and just battling depression and talk about mental health. You know, Black communities, that's not common. And athletes, we're supposed to be strong.
We're superior.
Yeah, so, you know, I wasn't going to mention that, but you know, after a while, I said, hell with it. I'm confident who I am. And I did this interview with Andrea Kramer talking about going to counseling and how my life changed. But then I got to the point, it's like, I want to go see the guy who shot and killed my mom. And, you know, just searching for that peace, and I was on that journey. And, you know, that's when Running for Your Life came out, and I talk about just that whole journey of sitting down face to face with the guy who shot and killed my mom and asking, you know, told him I forgave him so I can move on with my life. You know, it just took a lot of counseling, a lot of years, but just at a different place. I wanted to take the power back, you know, and live my life and not let someone control my life who...
Because of so much anger that was...
Oh, yeah, because when it first happened, what's the first thing I lived in the hood, so it's just like, everybody wants street justice, right? And, you know, it was like, no, you look after them. That's your thing, you know? And I thank God the guys were caught and stuff, so nothing crazy happened in the streets, but, yeah, I couldn't focus on the negativity. I had to make sure I take care of her kids, be there for them, do everything I can. And now, 2 days after my 18th birthday, I'm like full-time parent and not just big brother anymore. So it's challenges, but, you know, over the course of the years, manage.